Hello everyone, this is Timothy of Seringe, President Inner Eye TV. The one who did interviewed the former MD Edo G's, Tony Pasaja. It was that interview that I had with him that indeed exposed his incompetence as to able to have managed an agency of that magnitude, Edo Geographic Information System. When I went into the investigation with Tony Pasaja, after the governor of Edo State told the world that 17-year-old boy bought 14,000 hectares of land in Edo, after my conversation with Tony Pasaja, to wanting to ascertain where that 14,000 hectares of land was located,
Governor Okpebholo made known his decision to suspend assent to certificate of occupancy during an engagement with a non-governmental organization in Benin City. He stated that the move is part of an ongoing investigation to uncover the source of wealth of a 17-year-old who reportedly acquired 14,000 hectares of land in Edo State. The governor emphasized that such a vast acquisition by a minor raises serious concerns, particularly in a time when many appears indifferent to the sources of wealth, especially among youth.
Is this matter that when we heard at the weekend that the 17-year-old boy that acquired that 14 hectares, the way people say, let me kukuma ask the Oga, what is actually the issue, sir?
That's why I know there's a 17-year-old boy buy land. You ask them where they buy land, not people you ask them.
No, since you are the MD of the Edo GIS.
The MD of Edo GIS, most likely everybody that is buying land.
But that's it.
If you go to Ofia to go and buy land, will I know? How will I know now?
But how did the matter not go to the governor's desk?
Whether it's the matter that is going on, how do I know? Are you imposing it on me? Me, I'm a journalist like you now.
No, I'm not imposing. I'm just believing one should be able to.
What do you want me to say now? What do you want me to say?
No, because the thing is surprising. Many of us are asking.
What do you want me to say now?
No, wait. Actually, for me, I'm not saying you should say lie or you should tell the truth. Where was that land acquired?
No, that one be. Depending on the investigation now. How do I know where this was the land?
But how do we?
Go and find out first of all. You go and find out where was that land.
Where will I? But how will I investigate something I know a document? I don't know where to.
No, you want me to tell you what I don't even know. The way you read it, that's how I read it.
But is it? They say this is coming out from Mr. Governor is the one saying this. The thing they.
Who tell you that it's coming out from the governor?
Governor Okpebholo made known his decision to suspend assent to certificate of occupancy during an engagement with a non-governmental organization in Benin City.
after that interview, the chief press secretary to Governor Okpebholo, Freditwa, engineered and orchestrated a query for me through the permanent secretary, Ministry of Art, Non-Creative Economy.
He asked questions, and that's where his problem began. So days later, Timothy was served a query letter. The letter accused him of making derogatory and unwarranted statements. It was signed by Mrs. Ogbejele. I decided to call Miss Ogbejele, who signed on behalf of the permanent secretary, to understand a few things. So I called her number directly.
Because there is a query, madam, that it was you who signed the query on behalf of the permanent secretary.
Did you read the query that I was directed?
That means my next logical step was to reach out to the permanent secretary, not just for fairness, but to close the loop of accountability. Take a listen.
I would like to clarify something about the query that was issued to Mr. Timothy Osemigye from your ministry.
In her own words, she admitted.
Everything in the ministry comes from my table, ends and begins from my table.
And unknowingly, she added.
Even I, as a permanent secretary, on most of the things I'm doing, I'm either directed by the governor or the head of service. That's a regular civil servant matter.
So,
the big question is, now Tony Pasaja has been sacked. as a result of my interview I had with him that exposed him that he was not capable, that he lacks the capacity to have able to manage Edo Gist. The big question now is the query that Freditoa orchestrated for me, instead of me to have been celebrated, rewarded, awarded, those queries are lying in my file. Who removed those queries? Tony Passenger is no more in the office. Governor Parolo, please, I want you to use your good offices to look into this case critically, because I'll be getting so much oppression, suppression from the government of Edo State under your watchful eyes. The big question now, again, who removes those queries? We do not celebrate excellence. How to have been celebrated by the government of the day? We do not reward accountability. We do not reward efficiency in our own country, Nigeria. Please, I want every right-thinking member of Edo State and every right-thinking member of this Governor Pawolo administration to help prevail on the governor to look into this case critically. Freditoa and his cronies engineered and orchestrated a query for me. I'm not comfortable with this situation anymore. Hence, I've come up on today's podcast to ask that the interview that indeed exposed Tony Passenger, now Passenger has been sent home. The queries are still lingering on in my file. I remain Timothy Osevige, the president in I TV and radio, a civil servant with Edo State government. Please share this video. Let it get to whom it may concern. Thank you so much for all those who have been with me on this struggle. I appreciate every one of you. May the good God Almighty bless you all. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live Edo State. Bye for now.